Breaking news. Stores are running out of tampons due to the rise of pussies in this country. Yo, this guy's 100% right.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It is Eric from the Ancient of Days. It's the 14th of January, 2021. It is exactly 7:23 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so I probably should have went ahead and waited till Monday to relaunch the channel. This week kind of flew by here because I do work with a friend of mine for his YouTube channel, so that takes up the hours that I have to make content primarily. Especially when you're dealing with antenna structures that are surrounding your house and they're lopping trees off all over the place up here as these 5G towers are going up on top of tall trees. They just ripped another one off a couple hundred yards down the road. I took some, I documented it with the P900. People just aren't seeing it. That's, because also these simulated celestial objects. Now, I just learned this recently that the television, of course, has a cathode ray tube. The cathode ray tube is also a pulse which they use for the programming, okay, through MK Ultra programming through the television set with RF frequency technology that we have discussed in great detail on this channel. So the RF frequency technology, when you see those, when on my EMF meter, when you see it pulsing up and down, those are the RF frequencies pulsing subliminal messages and programming into the individual that is watching. Now, those are also on the simulated celestial objects. Therefore, I want to share today, because we talked about how, is it possible the millennial reign of the kingdom of Christ already occurred? Well, in my humble opinion, it most certainly did. This has been the missing piece of the puzzle I've been searching for since I've been reborn in January of 2014. So it all came together some time ago. I just never had the strength to come out and talk to you guys about it. And what you saw in the beginning there was from Ryan Reynolds. We watched a good movie called Free Guy, where this gets into the metaverse. See, Microsoft, all the way back almost exactly a year ago, January 4th of 2021, Microsoft could bring you back from the dead as a chatbot. Well, typically when they go ahead and say things like this, that's because they went and already did it. All right, so later today I'm going to be on Crater Earth USA. We're going to be talking about, sentient entities, the artificial spirit, black matter. So that'll be at 2 o'clock. I'm going to leave the link in the description box. So I'd like to see you guys over there. And if you don't make it, I'm going to go ahead and likely do an edit out of that and then upload it here onto the Ancient Days channel over this weekend. Monday I'm a little tied up in the morning, but I'll be back working after that. So we're going to start getting into these topics such as the metaverse, Tartaria, of course, and the millennial kingdom of Christ. Here, this video is really good, but the thing is, his moon work that he's talking about here, I have some issues with that. That's fine. It's a good video overall. It's a really good video overall. So please watch it with an open spirit and understand that we are truly living in a counterfeit. I've been saying this the entire time. So it was the Night's Watch investigation which revealed to me that, well, I was asking why they have to manipulate time if we're still here and all this. Why we have simulated celestial objects in the sky such as the sun and the moon, or they're even possibly a projection or a reflection. Why is all this seem like everything has been just completely fake? And that's because we've been deceived. The greatest deception in the world that you could possibly fathom would be that the King Christ Redeemer was still to come when he has already been here for the 1,000-year reign, and we are the remnant of the eternal Holy One here in this system. We are the remnant here at the end of the age. So we are truly the elect if we know. Okay, I just know this now. It's not even, for me, I received it with such enthusiasm, and it sat so perfectly with my soul that it made Project Bluebeam all come into perfect sense as to why when I started doing the Project Bluebeam vids, which 2 of them were removed, Part 2 and Part 3 were removed. But Project Bluebeam in full effect. If you look at that video there, you see all the crazy things that are going on. The holographic projected lasers. Project Bluebeam has been hammered into the dirt. We blew that out of the water. So if we're in Project Bluebeam right now and we're in the beast system, we're living in a counterfeit. They're even going to counterfeit the Great Tribulation. And it's probably going to be just as horrific as the real one that occurred, and a date that we don't even know because we lost the history. So don't get overwhelmed with what I'm saying now. Don't go ahead and get all upset and unsub because we're going to get into some strong topics. And if this doesn't resonate with you just yet, give me a couple of weeks here as we get these videos out in small doses. And then I do feel strongly that once the evidence is presented, we're going to be able to start doing some live streams. And I'm going to have a guest on too that's going to help with you guys understanding a lot of this. But we'll get into live streams and we could have an open dialogue, which is something I wanted to do some time ago. But maybe we'll get it going again. This is my last shot at getting a channel going, guys. I know that this is meant for a very small audience, and actually that's the way I want it, because I know that this isn't for everybody, because we are far and few indeed. If you are set apart and you have been called out of this world, then this is for you. Okay, my friends? So enjoy the vid. Have a blessed, wonderful Friday. I'll leave this guy's link in the box. This is from 2031 Truth Channel. 49,200 subscribers. He did some great work, but I'll show my work on the moon, and that's something that we got to get into because that's a great topic. I never wrapped up the celestial simulated lunar simulator. We have to look at that, but he also makes a good point too. But yeah, receive that if you'd like, and we're going to get into the metaverse. Not today, but when I come back next week, and yeah, of course, the Tartarian Empire. Okay, look at the millennial reign already occurred. Type it into YouTube. Scroll down. Okay, I'm not the only one here that has reached this conclusion. It looks like I actually reached it quite some time after many others have. All right, so again, I'll be on Crater Earth USA this afternoon at 2 o'clock talking about dark matter and sentient entities, as well as likely the artificial spirit. I don't rehearse for these things. I don't know what's going to come out of this mouth here. But please enjoy the video, and you guys have a wonderful Friday, a blessed weekend. I'll see you next week on the Ancient of Days. God bless and take care. Have a good one.
All right, I've been doing a little more research on the greatest conspiracy ever. The fact that it kind of looks like we are the generation after the millennial reign of Christ that is being utterly deceived by the devil and the New World Order. Now, I do have to point out the mud flood is real. There is plenty of, photos or whatever to prove it. Now, a video that just, I can't wrap my head around. It's so amazing. It's called New World Reset, where they show immaculate structures that were apparently built in the millennial reign of Christ. This is Sioux City, USA, 1890, and just so you should know, everything you've been taught about America is a big stupid lie. There were civilizations living here, 500 years ago, 700, or whenever during the millennial reign of Christ, and we've been lied to about everything concerning history. Now, you do have to admit, some of these structures in the past were so beautiful. I could sit here and stare at this for like 5 minutes straight. I just can't get over it. Now, this guy right here, he knows something is up. This video, he goes through where he talks about, these suspicious fires that happened in Chicago, in Boston, in Philadelphia, in New York, and this city and that city, where apparently back in the 1800s or whenever they started tearing down some of these immaculate structures, so it's not so obvious what generation you actually are. It just kind of blows your mind when you start realizing that all of history, American history, is a big lie. America is not Babylon the Great. It is some kind of counterfeit of what someone would interpret Babylon the Great as. There is no rapture. It's all happened a long, long time ago. You all do understand Nicolas Cage and Satanic Hollywood, when they start coming out with movies promoting the rapture, catching away event, yeah, you might want to start questioning the so-called pre-trib rapture. There is no rapture and there is no genuine tribulation. There will be a counterfeit tribulation with a counterfeit antichrist with a fake rapture, blah, 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 because you're not even living in the time frame of history that you've been led to believe. Now, something else that is fascinating. How many of you know that the moon is most likely a severely damaged product? Something happened to this in the past. I don't know if it was a Nephilim or Armageddon. Someone had incredible technology, high-powered frequency weapons, energy weapons, lasers, scalar wave, frequency weapons, whatever. And the moon really looks like a damaged product. Try to imagine the Garden of Eden, this beautiful, perfect paradise, and then you have this ugly, damaged light at nighttime that, what the heck is this? No. There's no way that in the beginning this light had all these craters and all these damaged wounds all over it. Something happened to this translucent plasma ball glowing light. When in history, we don't know. I do know this, the criminal elite, they know exactly what happened to this nighttime light and when and who and where, and they probably know the technology that caused the damage, Right now, something else that's just fascinating. There are little hints and clues that we are living in the generation after the millennial reign. Do you guys understand how important Adolf Hitler's role was for the New World Order? His entire role, the whole war, the scripted war, was to convince the entire world that these white-skinned Europeans are the Jews and they're being persecuted and murdered, and we need to send them back to their homeland. We need to reestablish Israel. So the New World Order, under the United Nations, all voted to reestablish Israel so those poor Jews can go back to their homeland. So the devil and his power elite set up an incredible, deceptive, counterfeit production called Israel. Everyone fell for it. You guys do understand that a couple hundred years ago, this power elite convinced the entire world that they're walking around upside down on a ball. All right, when the scriptures obviously say the complete opposite. I'm just letting y'all know. They've already proven that they can deceive the entire world multiple times. So I'm just letting you know, you are not living in the time frame of history that you've been led to believe. It is all a lie. I mean, look at this location, all right? And you do understand this would have taken superior technology to accomplish something so marvelous. When was this built? 700 years ago? We don't know. This building is most likely torn down or removed for all I know. Alright, so the first technology available for pictures was the 1880s. So if you go to America and type in, America 1700s, you get animated pictures, and you just have to believe or take it as its face value. Just like you can type in America 1600s, animated pictures, and you just have to believe it. What did America really look like in the 1400s and the 1500s? And well, we know that there were immaculate prestige buildings that looked, like structures, something you would see in heaven. Now, something I am going to do, if you go to YouTube and type in Millennial Reign Dark Ages, I want to watch all these videos because there is quite a few people questioning the timeline that they're living in, the Millennial Reign. Has it actually happened? Are we being deceived? And I'm definitely going to have to check this out. This is 9 months old. Millennial Kingdom of Christ already happened. And I do think it's awesome. People are questioning, what time frame in history are we really living in? So I'm definitely going to spend a lot of hours. I got to go through all this because this is the greatest conspiracy ever. Try to imagine you find out that hundreds of millions of people were slaughtered in a great war maybe 1,400 years ago. And the rapture happened, the millennial reign, and you are actually living in the generation being utterly deceived by the devil and the New World Order, the group we call the Jesuit Order. Everything you've been taught your whole life is a lie. I mean, it is a pretty big conspiracy to wrap your head around. So this is my theory. I want you all to check out this theory. Why would so many rich, powerful people be willing to help the devil deceive the entire world? Well, my theory is, let's say that you truly believe if you help the devil deceive the entire world and fulfill prophecy, you may be rewarded in the afterlife. The devil may have some of these powerful people believing maybe hell has a paradise side to it, and if you help him fulfill prophecy, you can be part of the paradise area of hell. I know it does make you wonder, if prophecy says the devil's going to go out and deceive all the nations in the four corners of the earth, if I was a devil, I would do the opposite of what the scriptures say to make the creator out to be a liar. But the devil is not doing that. He's actually fulfilling prophecy. And, it does make you wonder, what is he getting out of it? So he may have the power elite believing, if you help me fulfill end time prophecy by utterly deceiving the world, you're going to be rewarded on the other side. I mean, we don't really know. There's something going on here that we don't really understand. But I will say this, something that's hilarious. Anyone that has an end time vision dreams, I saw the Antichrist, I saw the tribulation, I saw the rapture of Christ. Don't even waste your time, man. If there is a rapture, it is a counterfeit, an epic counterfeit event that involves some pretty good technology. If you want a shocking, disturbing investigation, go type in, horn sounds in the sky, mystery sounds in the atmosphere. Just start doing an investigation, watch the videos. What you are hearing is what we call Project Bluebeam, some kind of technology. They are tweaking and perfecting their horn sounds to create a fake rapture, because it's most likely going to happen sometime in the future. The King of Heaven may allow the devil and his New World Order to create a fake rapture, maybe even go as far as a fake tribulation, a counterfeit antichrist, on and on, leading all the way up to the war of Gog and Magog. And that's when he's going to intervene, and the scriptures will be complete. They will be fulfilled. The end. Because part of deceiving the nations could be a counterfeit rapture, fake antichrist and tribulation and on and on. That could be part of the deception that the scriptures talk about. He's going to deceive the nations. I remember years ago listening to these sounds in the atmosphere, and it's like, dude, they really are testing out and tweaking and perfecting their counterfeit trumpet sounds. I mean, this is really happening. So yes. But I do encourage everyone out there that wants the greatest revelation, the most shocking conspiracy you'll ever come across in your life, this is it right here. Where exactly are you living in the timeline of history? Because you have been lied to. Now, before I end the video, I want you all to check out this interesting knowledge. The first railroad technology, a guy demonstrated in 1826. Now, I want you all to imagine, it's the year 1820. There is no real technology. Just 160 years later, we go up to the year 1980. And you can see they were into microchips, color TVs, luxury vehicles, on and on and on. So we have thousands of years of history that we have no clue what really happened. But what I'm telling you is all you need is 160 years to go from no technology to superior technology. I'm going to guess that the War of Armageddon, hundreds of millions of people that got slaughtered before the millennial reign, they could have had, low-level amounts of technology for all we know.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day,